มาจิกกระนังปันสงครามจีนปรัชญาเล่นสามัคคีกลมนันเนียสงครามบอมรากาเปียกัมพูชีไม่ตรงรักเนียเปียมเปียสันเสรีไอ้กระเรียนโบราณเพียมอาทัพปไตยไม่ประเสริฐโดประดันไทยรักษามันอ้อยบ่ตึงเฉลียนเปลี่ยนหมกตรวจตาสมบัติโดนตาทนเทียนจิตขมายเปลี่ยนอาทิตย์เรื่องบอมพลือกัมพูชีขมายไอ้กระเทียมเนียต้องสายปัญหาโยบายจะเป็นสังกุมอันหงสาสปอร์ตไลท์ลาจีแบบเพียงรุ่งเรืองใจยืนปูยืนผู้เข้ายืนขมายกรองลานสังกุมเจียนไทยรักบอสนาไอจอมเราอำลาจุนรัจีตามไปกัมพูชีรวมรู้เสียงสานเจโยคณะป่าสังโฆเจียนมาจิกกระนังปังสงครามจีนปรัชญาไม่เพียนสามัคคีกลมนันเนียสงครามบอมรากาเปียกัมพูชีไม่ตรงรักเนียเปียมเปียสันเสรีไอ้กระเรียนโบราณเพียมอาทัพปไตยไม่ประเสริฐโดประดันไทยรักษามันอ้อยบ่ตึงเฉลียนเปลี่ยนหมกตรวจตราสมบัติโดนตาทนเทียนจิตขมายเรียงอาทิตย์เรียงบอมพลือกัมพูชีขมายไอ้กระเทียมเนียต้องสายปัญหาโยบายจะเป็นสังกุมอันหงสาสปอร์ตไลท์ลาจีแบบเพียงรุ่งเรืองใจยืนปูยืนผู้เข้ายืนขมายกรองลานสังรูเจียนไทยรักบอสนาไอจอมประดออำนาจจุนประจีตามไปกัมพูชีรวมรู้เสียงสาน
ជំរាបសួរអ៊ំពូមីងទាំងអស់គ្នាសូមស្វាគមន៍មកកម្មវិធីថ្ងៃអង្គារដែលនិយាយជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសថ្ងៃនេះយើងសូមនិយាយជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសមួយថ្ងៃដើម្បីឲ្យក្មេងៗហើយនឹងជនបរទេសគាត់បានយល់ពីបញ្ហាស្រុកខ្មែរនិងនយោបាយនៅស្រុកខ្មែរយើងបាទសូមអរគុណ Welcome everyone to our show today. Today we will be talking about a current event in Cambodia, and my name is Samady. I will be your host for today, and we will talk about the current event in Cambodia, like Hunmanite, and also Xi Jinping coming to the United States, and so on. And yes, today I have my guest, Linda. She is the guest for today. I know she usually the host every Tuesday, but today she is the guest. I would like to welcome to the show, Linda.
And hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you Samady for hosting tonight.
But yes, Bong. How you been, Bong?
I'm good, Samady. I'm good. Busy as normal, but we do our part.
Oh yes, Bong. Glad you're doing good. I've been busy too. You have any plan for Thanksgiving?
No plan. Just staying home and work on the house.
Oh,
But
okay.
I forgot you are let me see. You've been busy too. You want to share something you did maybe a week or 2 weeks ago? We saw you from Europe to Massachusetts. So share some what
Um,
the youth family been doing.
yes. Well, so I think on this month, a couple weeks ago, I was invited to World Liberty Congress in Vilnius, Lithuania, and they were excited to host their first ever youth elections and also youth program. And they invited youth all over the 52 different country to come and attend and host also the first election to at it's called Youth Liberty Congress, fall right under World Liberty Congress. And I see many different people from different country. We're talking Palestine, we're talking people from Israel, all the way from all over Southeast Asia, from Tibetan to many country that has been heavily influenced by China in geopolitical in Southeast Asia. And I also run for a position, and I got elected as one of the uh, consul for youth for Southeast Asia region. And yeah, I'm very excited to work with many different youth from different country. And I think we decided to have a get together meeting and discuss our strategic plan on the 26th this month with uh, different youth that also got elected from different region like Central Asia, Eastern Europe, Africa, and such. Yeah, so very busy. And also coming back, also a CNRPA, we also host an event for the Japanese youth. He's very famous in Japan, a Cambodian also. His name is Haivana. We also host one of his event in Lowell, Massachusetts. And we did not expect His Excellency Samrasi and his wife, and also Her Excellency Mozuku to join the youth session too. So that's very interested, and I think it's successful. Uh, and I will have planned on going to Indonesia in the 24th too. So yeah, well, a very busy schedule.
First, congratulations, Samadi, for the
Yeah.
positions. Yes, it's very important that our youth represent, especially represent Cambodia, meaning the true voice, not the voice from the regime. And second of all, yes, the I watched the event in Massachusetts. Also, thank you to CNRP America, Massachusetts, for taking the lead on hosting our youth, Vanna, and also you as well. So thanks to the team that working hard on that. It's nothing ever happen just magically happen, but people have been pulling together so that way everything runs smoothly for our youth.
Yes, Bob, you're right. Yes, Massachusetts, the chapters of Massachusetts, they work very hard to put this event together. They brought all their stuff to the event, setting it up, and also he before we came, he also handing out a flyer too to invite people to come. Like Lupusa Paul, he brought flyer with him and hand out to people for them to attend. It was uh, we was very thankful for him to support the youth to this extent. And yes, Bong. And
And
so yes, Bong, yes.
yes, and I do encourage our youth, and I know many people are watching here. They have children, they have grandchildren. We do encourage you and your family to reach out to us and you know contact us because we are working. We want to make sure that the youth oversee, especially the youth overseas that can understand what's going on in Cambodia. And in order for them to understand, they have to know what's going on. They have to know what's the current event. So that way, you would be asking people to care about a country, but if you never tell them what's going on, how would they care? So it is please, if you um, contact me, contact myself, or contact Samady, and we will, have the youth join with Samady, have a Zoom meeting, get together. We're not going to be always talking about politics, but first of all, we want the youth to care and concern about
Yes,
Cambodia.
yes, you're right, Bong. We have so many resources. Khmer, youth who was born here and grew up here, and they all graduated with bachelor and master degree. And if we have the help on foreign affair matter, that would be a lot helpful to help our country and help extend foreign affair work with our team. Yes, Bong.
Yes,
And
and also, yeah, I want our audience, if any one of you want to join us, meeting, I mean, like join us doing this live show, be a guest, let me know. I am more than happy to bring you in. I'm more than happy to talk to you. The same thing, Sam, he's one of our favorite audience from New Zealand. He's always joined our show. So I invite you, Sam, to come on to the program and speak. You've been watching our show for so many years, so join us and um, speak your mind and be welcome.
yes, well, on the topic of speaking our mind, there's a couple current event in Cambodia is going on right now. One of the event is the forced eviction, where the government under Hun Manite has a forced mass eviction of Cambodians who live in Angkor, around Angkor Wat for through generations, and now they're being forced out by the authority of under Honmanite. Yes, Bob. Would you like to have a touch on that?
Yeah, that this is the very hot topics. I know many of the media's, Khmer media's, Khmer independent media's
Mhm.
overseas have been talking about this. This is talking about forced eviction from people that live around the heritage sites, Angkor in Cambodia. Um, Angkor Wat. It's a very so what happened is UNESCO is putting Angkor Wat as one of the heritage sites. And since last year, people that live around there been the government using the word UNESCO and using the word development have been kicking people off their land, and they putting, as you can see in the picture, so they move people to this empty land, no tree, and the land is not ready for living conditions. And you can
Yes.
see just a plot of land, and from reading about it, people would receive 20 meter by 30 meters, so that is equal to um, 70 feet by 102 feet. Imagine if you're living, they move your family to like 70 feet by 100 feet of land. They give you 30 sheet of aluminum sheeting, and they tarp, and also they give you small amount of money. And so that's what these people receive, and they give you the um, poverty card. Where you are poor, you can get health care from the government. um, so, and no one as and the story, but not the story, the research from Amnesty International show this, the people does not want to live where they does not want to move from their home to this new land. um, and unfortunately, these are not people that just show up to that land. They've been living on that land, that around Angkor Wat, for so many years already, and to be forcing them out of their land, and like I said, forcing out in the name of UNESCO and forcing out in the name of development. And we all know that Cambodia love the word development, and it's not development for the benefit of the people, development benefit of the regime.
Yes, yes, Bong. Also, while Hun Sen still a prime minister, he loudly and clearly play a huge active responsibility in these relocations. I think the Cambodian government is responsible for these human right violations occurring at Angkor Wat through Apsara. Apsara is the authority around Angkor Wat. It's like a police authority that responsible for the safety and organizing around Angkor Wat, basically. And they are the local
Selling
authority.
tickets,
What happened, Mark?
selling tickets.
Yes, selling tickets, but also responsible for the relocation too.
Uh-huh.
Um, and also now they have taken like under this relocation program that forced thousands of families to abandon their homes. They have been living there ever since their ancestor, and now they're just forced to move out and resettle at one of the site called Ron Tai in the late of 2022. And then again, the prime minister, when at the time Hun Sen, he led the call with two televised on Fresh News, outlining that for the resettlement and warning that if the people do not leave when they told, they would receive nothing. So he repeated those threats twice in Fresh News Live, and they using UNESCO as the shield to relocate those people. And one of the statement by UNESCO is that to suggest or recommend the government to stop the relocation because this is being forceful. It's not being offered. If let's say if you force someone out of their home, at least build like a nice home for them to live in. To the relocation, just not like a deserted land without any water in a remote place at Rontai. It's like they basically have no uh, economy or a working living condition to be able to write for their family because I don't think you can perform any business there, Bong.
No.
Probably very far from Angkor Wat too for the daily living. And I think
According, yeah,
1,000
according to
people.
this, like 45 minutes from Angkor Wat.
Wow.
Um, yes. So it's very unfortunate that, I mean, UNESCO has already put out a statement
Hmm.
that, you know, urging the Cambodian authority not to carry out forced evictions.
Hmm.
That, but also that's a little too late when,
Yeah.
and according, like I said, according to the Amnesty International, they did they did the research, they did the what's checked out what's going on. It's a 10,000 family affected, and they
Hmm.
interview more than 100 people.
Hmm.
So it's not, and we all know it's not something that um, lightly. We heard about it, we heard from Hun Sen on, like you said, on TV, telling either they leave, they take the compensation now, or they will end up with nothing later on. And whatever he said weighed a lot on the Cambodian people. So it is a forced evictions. And even though, like you said, Samady, even though it okay, fine, if we gonna put the Angkor Wat, I know it's a very old temple, it's very historical, it's
Hmm.
but at least when you move out, when you move people from one place to the other place, that new place need to be livable conditions, need to
Yes.
be because now we're not talking about just forcing people to leave their home when they are at the new. Now it's affecting their human right, because
Hmm.
the regime does not provide people with adequate living conditions. You can see from the picture, just dirt, no tree, no water. So they are moving from their what the place they call home to a new place where it's worse than what they used to be. Under human right, when you move people from one location to the next, the people that moving to the new conditions, new living condition, it need to be livable. It need to have clean running water. It need to have toilet. It need to have a home. But all these people, when the Amnesty International interview them, is like they are living in a place where it's hot, no clean water, no clean um, restroom. So they are at the place where worse than they used to live, and that
Yes,
is interrupting their daily life. And
yes.
that's a fact. And as a result, if you're talking about human right, that is violating the people human right.
Yes, well, and also, uh, through economically data indexed, Angkor Wat thrive based off of tourism, and I think this place is nowhere close to the tourist spot in Angkor Wat, and it's like you force them to move out of their home, and those people used to live very close around Angkor Wat, so their daily life probably involved selling food or maybe selling souvenir to foreigner to make profit, to make a daily profit and to provide for their family. But if you move them to a remote place like that, how is it even possible for them to provide for their family? Basically, yes, you have a house, but lack resources. How are you going to bring income? And transportation is also the key too. Those people seems like they are not that well off, and uh, if the transportation is not viable, um, they probably had to not able to provide for their family due to the forced eviction. Is it 10,000 people one or
Yeah,
10,000
it's 10,000 families.
Uh-huh.
So I saw a different report that 10,000 families equal to 40,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
That's if people having for people in a family. So we're talking about it might be more, but this is the report that they went and did a study on, and for the name of conservations, um, like so it's been like half of 2022 and also 2023 the Cambodian authority start evicting people, and like I said, because the reason is to protect the roughly 10,000 year old site from being damaged. But it's very unfortunate that in the name of trying to preserve, trying to protect Angkor Wat, the regime is forcing people out. Those people that actually living there's not they're not damaging, they're actually protecting the site, they taking care of those site, because if they were to damage, they would damage long time ago. But this is the people that they build their family there. They live on those. They're not on the site, near the site, and that's part of the historical. Um, and I believe the Angkor Wat is not built to stand by itself. It's built to have the people living around there.
Yes, well, and um, based on that, also another one of our topic is related to the geopolitic, which influenced heavily by the Chinese government currently in Cambodia, like the Ream Naval Base. I think there's an update regarding the Ream Naval Base. Well, what is your opinion on that?
Um, Ream Naval Base is not a secret.
Yeah.
Um, the when Samdi and I talk about even current event, it's not
Mhm.
just us talking about it. There's people that well-known newspaper, many newspaper that investigate this story. So it's not something that um, the government, I mean the regime is denying first they said no, there's no such thing. We're not building the naval base, or we not. So then again, and then they came out, yes, we building naval base, but it's going to be used by everybody, not just by China. So and then it was a hush hush situation where they don't want us to know. And as you and Sambi know, that Ream Naval Base is built where the U.S. building. So they torn down the building and build this China naval base, where Ream were called Ream Naval Base. So there's many report, especially the Wall Street Journal, and also June 2021. So over 2 years ago, Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman also raised concern about the Rim Naval Base, the rapid construction. So the money is coming building those bases is not the Cambodian government, it's from the China-backed development. And so it's transformed the naval base. Like I said, while the U.S. facility was demolished by the Cambodian government. So the Wall Street Journal did a report that Cambodia has signed a 30-year contract with Chinese. And also January of this year, Asia Marine Transparency also released a report that there are dredging deeper port facilities. So it's not just a dock; it's actually dock for a large military ship at the base. And also be close to that, talking about Rim Naval Base, we have the Rasegor. It's a naval base. It's a military airport that's also built by China. And also China secured a 99-year lease of the airport. So Rim Naval Base is a military naval base for water, and then Darasakor is a base for the airport, for the military aircraft. And that is something that, as a Cambodian, and anyone should be concerned about it. And you can talk about a little bit about geographic on that areas where affect the China Sea, South China.
South China Sea, yes. And like you said, Bong, geopolitically it affecting all of the country. In addition to that, to solidify the Chinese influence, now they're coming recently. One of the President Xi Jinping came to San Francisco's, and there's two sides of the protest. One is the anti CPP, the Chinese Communism Party, and the other one is the pro, which is similar to our situations in the UN, where we have one side that come and support Hun Manet, who just newly become a new prime minister, elected, as he claimed, free and fair elections, even though they ban political party from entering the elections. Our main opposition party, like Candlelight Party, came to United States and support them. In this case, we see a lot of Chinese scholars who receive scholarship to United States from Berkeley and USC, proudly raising Chinese flag. They call it the Red Sea, supporting their star, which is their president Xi Jinping, to San Francisco's. And I feel like the other side, which consists of Tibet, Hong Kong, Taiwan, those countries, even though they speak Chinese language, like the mainland China, however, they also being oppressed by the Chinese government and show their opposition to the current Chinese government controlled by Xi Jinping. And to solidify his position, like I told you, he met with a lot of huge company like Apple, and the other one is called Black Space or something like that. It's very huge company, like Tim Cook's Tesla, Elon Musk, BlackRock, that's the company called, by Larry Fink, and Blackstone by Stephen Schwarzman. Basically, all of this company control mostly company in Southeast Asia, And through the 4 hours talking with our president Biden, he doesn't raise most of the human right issues that is happening in front of us right now. And I feel like his trip, the dictator kind of take the upper hand on this meeting that come and see our president, comparing to Trump and Mar-a-Lago a couple years ago. What is your opinion on that, Bob?
Um, he came to San Francisco. What I observed was if people does not follow the China issue or China policy, you would
Mhm.
feel that, my goodness, there's a lot of people in San Francisco in America supporting him,
Yeah.
supporting I guess we can call him Mr. Z. Instead of saying his instead of Xi Jinping.
Yeah.
So and a lot of new medias cover um, the people that outside protesting, and like
Mhm.
you said, there's other opposition that's not able to raise their voice in the country
Mhm.
because China oppressed them. China used forces, very similar to Cambodia, where the people inside of Cambodia not able to truly voice their opinion, because when they voice their opinion about anything, about the government, about economic, about human right issue, they will be throwing in jail and counted as like color revolutions, or the court will put them in jail for that. So
Mhm.
that is the same thing, and that's the reason why people are out there in San Francisco protesting, and their number is outnumbered by the pro-Chinese, that Mr. Z probably paying a fortune to come out and support him, and you would see flag people holding the red flag and people holding different flag, because that's the only time that they can express themselves, where
Yes.
yes. And a lot, one new that I see is like a physical altercation between those protesters.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Yeah, Bong. I like how you touch on the topic of like comparing how the Chinese government oppressing people in China in their own country, similarly to Hunmanite, which is recently oppressed the union leaders. On one of his speech recently in Cambodia, I think yesterday, he
Yes.
warned the union leader not to be involved with political activities, even though it's just voicing out their opinion and they want their working right to be respected. What is your opinion on that one regarding
um
oppressing?
he is meeting the factory worker. He is meeting, so since he's been putting on a platter, silver platter, being a prime
Yeah.
minister. I feel that every other week he is out there talking, meaning like s- talking on a microphone to thousand and thousand of garment worker. If that's not politics, what is it?
Mhm.
And he is telling the union, either union leader or union, that not to pull the garment worker into politics.
Mhm.
If they want to involve on human right issue or other environmental issue, then they should create their own non-government and NGO, but
Yes.
don't pull them um, to politics. But the problem is he forgot that he was there. I don't know why he's there. Besides, if he's not promoting himself, if he's not promoting CPP, he's not promoting his father agenda. Why is he there? Why is he there every other week talking to garment worker? He been he been on the prime minister seat. Is it almost 100 day now? And
I think it's almost. I think it's over 100 days.
yeah, it is over 100 days because he was on August 22nd, so it's almost 3 months. So 3 months till 3 months. I mean, today is August 22nd, so in Cambodia is August 22nd, so it is 3 months, 120 days, over
Yeah.
100 days already. Um, and all he does, like I said, every other day you would see him meeting garment worker. And if it's not politics, what is it? He care and concern about them making 200 and what, $210, $201 that they make every single month. Instead of doing that, instead of going to visit them and speak and tell them, how great Thank You Peace is, he should be in his office and come up with an economic plan, because he should know that there's no job in Cambodia.
Mhm.
He should know that, and he should know that over 2 million people, 2 million Cambodian crossing the border to Thailand for job. And economic situation in Cambodia is not looking good. It's something that should be very concerned.
Yes, Bong. Regarding no job, I think the Minister of Work and Labor in Cambodia claimed that they have 99% employment rate in Cambodia. So I think they might argue that, oh, Cambodia, why do you say there's no job? Our country is very prosperous economically that has 99% employment rate. I think he also count the other country like Thailand that employed our Cambodian citizen Khmer people too in Korea. So I think that data is very inaccurate compared to their report. And yes, Bob, do you have
That just fake news, and that just something that we
yeah.
don't need from the regime. We need a government that's honest. We need a government that's hardworking, that create job. If you're talking about America, you're talking about Joe Biden. Every single week or every single month, he would be proud of himself and how many job he created. um Honmanat should be doing that. Honmanat should be coming on TV and said, we create this and that. You know what? I just remember. I believe last week that somebody said that in 2023, there are over 200 factory that open in Cambodia, and people are asking where are those factories, because people still have no job. So
Yes, Mong. I think one of the report I think I saw from a free trade union that is non-biased. I think the data index claimed that beginning of 2023, 10 factories have closed, 20 factory has suspended workers, and about 60 other factory have laid off workers, and 80% have no garment raw materials. They're running out of materials to make clothes to export to other country, and some factory have suspended contracts of thousands of factory worker between 2 to 6 months, claiming they cannot make profit. There's no buyers to export their product to, and most suspended workers only paid about 50% or $30 of the minimum wage. And I think to exclude these data from the claim that they said many factory has been opened, I think this is very false regarding spreading information in Cambodia, and this is not the right path to express himself as a changing or new face in the Cambodian politic, comparing to his father, because the foreign affair committee, they would like to know that, oh, or maybe other different country, they would like to know, maybe, Hunmanite received his education in the United States and his doctorate from the University of London or in the UK. He may be different from his father, who was not educated at all, and rose in power through Pol Pot era. So in this case, what is your thought on that, Bong? Is Hunmanite going to be different from his dad, judging from his action, forced eviction, and for threatening factory workers not to be involved with politics. I think it's very similar. Yeah.
Let me bring up also. Let me there's ongoing protest
Yeah.
very close to his home, very close to his home, by the union that protest against Naga Corp. It's almost, I can say it's almost 2 years now going on. They started protest. Let me see. Let me go to the report. Let me share this report so I can share with our audience that there's is a website that keep track of this, keep track of. Let me see. I cannot find them. Let me see. Cam, here you go. Okay, you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your
This
screen.
is from Business and Human Rights Resource Center, and it's talking about Naga Corp striking worker. So let me go on. See how that they put all the new. So
Yes.
okay, so April 30, April 30th, 2021, Casino Naga Corp slashed 1,329 jobs, even though despite profit. They laying off people because of COVID. They're trying to save money, but unfortunately, that's not right because they are making profit. So when it is those um, all these they chronicle all these things going on with the people that work for Naga. So let me see. December 18, I believe they let me see. I think it's in November. No, November 24th, union say employee terminated by company plan to go on strike. So
Hmm.
it is almost 2 years.
Hmm.
And despite everything, and this lady, this not this lady, this protest union, the protester is protesting so close to Hunmanite's house. And in addition to lack of concern for his people, for the Cambodian people, he's actually also blind. He did not see the protester. That protest continue to protest every day. So if I was trying to answer your questions, that in addition to lack of concern, lack of knowledge, and lack of capability to perform his job, he's also blind too. He cannot see them. To the international community that that offer him a chance, that's saying since he got Western educations, he will be different than his father. Unfortunately, he is not different than his father. He raised by dictator. Even though he go to school in the Western country, those degree are actually just dangling in front of the Cambodian people, and it's not used it for the benefit of Cambodian people. It's used it for the benefit of himself, where he take those diploma and say, "Look at me, I am greater than you. I got Western education." So that
Hmm.
is one thing that I noticed. So for the international community, that giving him a chance, giving him an opportunity, it is we are going on 3 months, and 3 months worth of nothing, 3 months of him wasting natural resources. The first month he make his trip to the US,
Hmm.
wasting people tax money to, so he is not, he's probably worse than his father.
Yeah.
And like I said, he has a PhD in economic.
Hmm.
um, it's been 3 months. I have not seen him what his plan to bring out the Cambodia out of economic situation right now, because it's bad. How about not talking about economic? How about talking a plan regarding people that have been affected by microfinance? What
Hmm.
is your plan, um, Mr. Prime Minister?
Hmm.
And then that's one of microfinance. What about we're talking about finance? What about finance people that bought land, that bought home? What's called those kaborai, that
Mhm.
Many people, lots and lot of people, put their money down for home and they're not have any
Being
home
built.
yet.
Yeah.
And so people that cannot afford to pay because they don't have any job. So there are many people that affect by that. What is his plan? And we know that people are protesting every day. People are asking for help every day, and nothing. All he does, he go to meet garment worker and tell the union people not to involve the the factory worker with politics, where he
Yes.
is there for politics.
Yes, I agree with you, Bong. After what you said, all of this come down to, I think, him trying to solidify his position with after his father, to make sure everyone is happy from his father's side and also from his side too. And I think the reason he is in the position is to not lead the government to improve our economy and Cambodian people livelihood, but on the other hand, only to continue protecting um, his interests and his party interests and his family. And geopolitics will face more hardship in Cambodia because the government continue to rely heavily on China, and they don't stop and promoting human rights if he want to see himself as this different from his father. And as you see, most of the work that he did during this past 3 months is going to China, going to
Twice.
different country twice to ask for more fund. So I think those doctorate that he got in economy is probably learn how to write to
China.
borrow money. So asking for money to boost the Cambodia economy and put our country more in debt, and put more pressures on Cambodian people rather than improving our economy.
Yeah, if he want to score points with the international community, if he want to score points, like I said, with the US or with the European, all he does is release political prisoner.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, Bob. Um, do you have any comment you want to say, Bob? Or
Yeah, I actually want to answer this person questions actually. Thank you for acknowledging that the protester been protesting for the last 2 years, and thank you for also acknowledging that Cambodia has no job. And yes, protesting been going on for 2 years, acknowledging that the regime does not solve any issue for the last 2 years. And of course, Honmanet is blind because the protester is so close to his home, and they are suffering for the last 2 years without earning any living.
Mhm.
So they
Yes.
learning, eating, scrape food, very little, without a full-time job. So their family supporting them, their friends supporting them. And thank you, Mr. Lee Hong, for acknowledging that the poor Cambodia been protesting for the last 2 years close to Mr. Honmanat's home, and Mr. Honmanat are blind. It was not the answer you wanted, but the answer I'm going to give you
Mhm.
for acknowledging it, for acknowledge that it's been 2 years and you, who you consider to be your prime minister, have not done anything beside closing his eye every single day when he leave home. And it's such an issue that it's such an easy to solve. And if Honmanite want the international community to pay attention to him, to give him a chance, he need to release our political prisoner and also need to solve issue about Naga worker. Those are women that work hard, and those are women that deserve to be solved, give solution to, not just in front of his house. What is so hard for you for your prime minister to solve that issue? It's been 2 years. And as a prime minister, Mr. Hun Manet, Mr. Hun Sen have no capability of solving the issue. You know why? Because it's affecting their wallet.
Yes, well, I would like to add on that. So he keep on bringing up that for the past 2 years, if we claim that they are not being paid by a political party, how are they able to survive for the past 2 years without jobs? I think due to him living under the regime, I don't think he know what crowdfunding is. So when people see unfair in the society, they come together and collect crowdfunding to help donating to those people from their friend, from their family, like you said, to and if he wants to read more, I can send him the link to Human Rights Watch. They call those Naga worker protester as instant noodle union survival, because they survive on instant noodle in Cambodia, and it doesn't cost much to buy a 24 pack of instant noodle eating with rice.
And I suggest that Mr. Lee Hong also support them as well. Send your government, who you think it's so great, the prime minister. Maybe you should buy them a pack or two of water, or in this case, noodle. Maybe it's send a message to your government, to your prime minister that actually Palang every day, that leaving his home without seeing that. Maybe he can say, hey, maybe it's time to solve the problem. It's been 2 years. What's so hard about solving the problem? And you know, Naga Corp, Naga, the casino, make million and billion. And how many casino in Cambodia that run by Naga Corp?
Yes. So I think that is great that we help answer our audience questions. Most of them is not even an answer; it's just opinion based. And since we live in the United States, we are being protected by the freedom of speech, and it is our right to also express our opinion, while also you have the right to express your opinions. And maybe he lived under autocratic regime that he probably only asking for the right answer to be answered in this case. Yeah, well.
Yes, also thank you for acknowledging. Thank you for acknowledging there are protests out there every day in Cambodia by the worker, the union worker. And what do they want? There's many things that they want, Mr. Lee Hong. Fair working condition, fair wage, fair reinstate back to working. It's over 1,300 and over 1,300 people that got laid off, even though the casino make profit, billions of profit, and those profit, portion of those go to the Hun regime. And I hope, since you are so passionate about asking us questions, I hope some of those money go to you as well. And if you're not getting any of those money, I hope they pay you, because you need to help them. You need to know, you need to tell your thank you peace people, to help them with water, to help them with noodle, because they've been out there for the last 2 years. And also help send a message to Hun Manet to open his eye and solve the issue.
It's not. I don't think it's not even about politics, Wong. If he can see it as
about human rights, about fair wage, about getting compensated for what you do.
Yes, well, even from human perspective, this is, when you see another Cambodian with Khmer blood, like that's what we like to call them, like in despair or losing jobs, instead of stepping on them, you should help provide for them, maybe donate to them, and supporting their costs, instead of asking this kind of question. Oh, paying 2 years, how are they able to survive if they're not being involved with any opposition political party, by linking them without any concrete evidence, and straight out say that they serve the interests of another political party in Cambodia. And like you said, another question: how do you say fair and everything based on law? So if you want to talk about law, do you think in Cambodia we have law? because according to law in Cambodia, we're supposed to have free and fair elections and also respect human rights. Your government just evicted 10,000 family in Angkor Wat to a remote place, forcing them to using UNESCO name, and UNESCO released a statement to stop forced eviction that you violating human right. On the other hand, free and fair elections. I thought Cambodian people have the voice to express who they supported. In this case, you bought the opposition from entering the elections. How is that the freedom of speech and right and law in Cambodia that has been respected by the Paris Peace Accord? I thought Cambodia want to remain independent, while you having China just invested 1 billion in airport in Angkor Wat and build a real naval base to have more Chinese influence within your government. How is that respecting law?
And how about going to Sihanouk Ville? Do you how many Chinese are in Sihanouk Ville? The reason you build the airport in Siem Reap is based by China support.
We're not rejecting law, just that the government doesn't respect law. You use the parliament to your own political gain. It's very tough to argue when you only have a very fixed mindset on a certain situation. Maybe if you're coming to United States and learn about beautiful amendment that we have been created to practice our freedom, maybe you would understand what it's be like to be on the other side. So we're not biased. We're very open to answer an opinion. And I'm actually happy he asking this question because we are in a free country and we also respect other people's opinion. Instead of threatening people that we're going to go to your house and beat you up and put your face at the airport once you arrive. Instead of doing that, we respect your opinion and we answer to your question.
Yeah,
based on-
his thing. It's good that he talking about law.
Mhm.
He do know what law in Cambodia. He know what law is. He know that the people that don't respect law in Cambodia. So when every time when people talking about this law, that law, yes, Cambodia have laws. Cambodia have laws like other country, but the regime is above that law. The just to say that people voted for him for the last 40 years. Who country that hold democratic value have a leadership for 40 years?
Mhm.
And that is above the law. And that's
Mhm.
not Cambodian constitutions. That's not free, fair, and just election.
Mm. Okay. Yes, Wong.
Actually, there is a quote that I
Mhm.
normally use.
Mhm.
It's part of, if you ever to Google it, it's fly and bee. No matter how you tell the fly how good the honey is, the fly will not understand because the fly prefers something else. So
Yes.
Google it.
Yes, Wong. So yes, Cambodia do have law, but it's just that the government using the law to their own benefit and to create law to prevent other people from practicing their right. Um, we don't
Yes,
have time.
we don't have and no, I'm actually thank you that he's actually putting comment. I'm very thank you, and I want our audience to comment as well. Yes, I've been to Cambodia. I grew up in Cambodia. I was born in Cambodia. So I know what Cambodia is. I know which direction Cambodia is. And I do not close my eye to the suffering of people of Cambodia. The free, fair, and just election need to happen in Cambodia. And if you standing there and you say 40 years of dictatorship is good for Cambodia, you are living in a dreamland and you need to go back to Cambodia if you have not been to Cambodia, and if you keep dreaming that 40 years of dictatorship and 40 years of the same family, the same benefit. And I hope that you are here to support the regime. You benefit something from it because I do not benefit anything from the regime, and I don't want that, because if I benefit from anything, I cannot close my eye to the poor people of Cambodia.
Yes, Bong. This kind of remind me of the movie The Matrix. Once you're stuck in the Matrix, it's very tough to get out, because I think as him currently, he's been probably taking the blue pill, where he live in a fantasy land where everything is beautiful. Cambodia is very peaceful. Our citizen is happy. Khmer Rouge era is over. Let's respect what we have today, comparing to what we have during 1975 through 1979.
I'm going to answer one question. Okay.
Mhm.
Like his like, could you look back at Cambodia before 1979? Mr. Lee Hong, let me put like this way. When you looking back before 1979 and you looking back after 1979, we are 20 what your people call year zero. Everybody said year zero before 1979. Okay, after year zero, we have no lake, we have no forest, and we have no mountain. All our natural resources in 2023 are almost gone. Your people selling land, your people are selling land to China, your people are selling land to Vietnamese or giving Vietnamese land, and your people are selling lake, selling mountain, and push people away. So if you are talking about 40 years of development, there is no development, because we have no more lake, no more forest. So we are less than 1979. If you are so proud of the peace that you created, then you should be peace for everybody, not just peace for some people. You cannot compare. If you were talking about 1979, at least we still have our natural resources. At least we still have our land. And you're
Yes,
talking about 40 years of development, 40 years of development. That's not 40 years of development. If other people to do it, other people were to lead the country, it's more than that. And you're talking
yes.
about nice building, yet those buildings come out of the price of forest. Deforestation in Cambodia, how many lake, and when you're talking about Sanam, you're talking about before 1979. I hope you know what before 1979. If you've been into Cambodia, ask yourself what happened to Bangkok. There's no more Bangkok in Cambodia, and that's natural resources. In America, in Europe, people are digging the ground to have lake, to build lake, to grow tree. But in Cambodia, you cut down the tree.
Yes, Mom. One of the question he asked, have we ever been to Cambodia? I mean, I grew up in the United States. However, I still consider myself as Cambodian. Yes, I speak Khmer, but it hurt me when I see Kohtral, for example, very close to our country, but now has been renamed to Pokok, which is the new island that has been modernized by Vietnamese government. And one of their catching quote is, "See the beautiful country of Cambodia from the other side." And to me, it hurt me deeply, because Kohtral is very close to Cambodia. We can see Cambodia from the other side of the island, while you have to fly all the way to Vietnam to get from Kohtral to Vietnam. And just to lose those resources, which is our land, to a foreign country which is very far away from us, from the island, deeply hurt me. That's what made me care about Cambodia. So if you still think that giving away land like Kohtral to a foreign country is respected by rules of law, and this is right to do that, I think we need to go back and check to see this is what democracy is like in Cambodia. Yes, Mom. you have any comment before we
No,
end our call?
I don't have anything anymore. I am so glad we have an audience. I am so glad that he's here, and he acknowledged that he acknowledged the issue in Cambodia. The questions that he brought up, it's the all common. He acknowledged there's lake, there's mountain. You want to see mountain? You know what a mountain that's missing? I can name one. No Prey Veng. That no longer a mountain because they chop down they chop down those mountains for rock, for development, so there is no more mountain. And you're talking about forest, isn't it? Hun San last year told somebody to stop deforestation, to tell one of those Oknya to stop develop the mountain, stop, and people are go out to those mountain and grow some tree. So you are telling that your prime minister is lying, that there's still forest in the mountain, and he encouraged, and you see Wonderni Hun Sen asking people to plant tree. Did you forget that there's no tree? That's why they're planting tree. So I think you need to look at your agenda and see what is your regime is talking about.
Well, one of his comment he asked, now is we are a little bit off topic. So he said, you mean you need to build a road without rocks? So do you need rocks to be a road? I don't think you need rocks to be a road, Bong. Do you use rock to be a road?
So it's like he's saying, oh yeah, Cambodia is so prosper. We have so much tree, so they have to chop down tree to build home. And unfortunately, those tree does not go build home. Those tree are selling for profit. So that's for your development and your peace, and thank you, peace and development, that everything is destroyed in Cambodia. We are over the time. I thank you, our audience, for being here, and it's a good conversation, Samady.
Yes, Bong. Thank you, audience, and thank you, Mr. Lee Hong, for joining our session. We would like to invite you to join us again on next Tuesday, and we can practice our opinion freely and fairly without being threatening um, uh, or being precious in a very the diplomatic way, like we should, and a civilized way. And thank you all for joining ជំរាបលាហើយអរគុណដែលបានចូលរួមបាទអរគុណអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទ
Thank you for being here, and thank you so much, our audience. If you please share our program to all Khmer youth. And like I said, if you have a family or you have youth, please share our program and also invite them to join us as a Khmer youth. It is time for the Khmer youth overseas to care and concern about Cambodia. If it's not when, now, it should be now. It's not when should we do it, it's just now. So please, if you have any opinion, you have any comment, please put it on the comment, and we would be more than happy to answer. And also I hope I answer all the questions. If you have anything else, please let me know. And like I said, I invite everyone to come be our guest, be Samady guest or be my guest, and we are on every Tuesday. And we'll make it happen. So we'll accommodate your time. And if you want it to be early, I can accommodate. If you want to be later, somebody can accommodate. So yeah.
Yes, it's getting pretty late here at night, and I would like to thank you everyone again for joining. And we welcome all sides to join our show. Ọរគុណបាទ and ជំរាបលា
Thank you. Bye. Oh, and have a good Thanksgiving. If you are in America, have a good Thanksgiving. Thank you. Bye.